Representing the 27 to 32 foot class in the center console category, the Sea Chaser 30 HFC CC has an overall length of 30 feet 3 inches, a beam of 9 feet 6 inches, and a max horsepower rating of 700. Engineered for serious offshore fishing, she has a draft of 20 inches, a dead rise of 20 degrees, a dry weight of 6,183 pounds, and a fuel capacity of 237 gallons. Now, let's hear more from our hosts.
New from Sea Chaser this year, a step up from their 27 hybrid fish and cruise model is their new 30 HFC. Now, we shot this Sea Chaser late in the season, and our filming schedule took us out of the comfort zone of the calm weather we normally have in the summer into the time of year where the weather gets a little dicey. On the day we filmed on this boat, it was breezy, and I was a little concerned with what we were up against, okay? Any concerns I had over the weather were quickly put to rest when we cleared the inlet down at Lighthouse Point on this boat that day. The boat immediately sprang to life. This Sea Chaser features what they call a quick high-lift step design. This is a 30-foot boat with a 9.5-foot beam and probably just the right amount of proportions for the weather that we encountered. This high-lift step got us up out of the water and through that inlet without any issues, and frankly, I was really surprised how dry and how soft this boat ran. I ran it hard into a head sea, beam sea, following sea, quartering sea, everything I could. Despite all my efforts, I never one time took a wave above the rub rail into the boat.
Nothing impresses me more on a boat than real estate. I want a lot of room. Some boats just fish bigger than they are. We kept having to ask ourselves all day long, is this really a 30? Because it felt like a bigger boat. It rode like a bigger boat, and we had all the room we needed. First off, the T-top supports. They come into the console. They don't go down to the deck. That means you've got a lot more room to pass on each side of the console, which incidentally was a perfect size console for that boat. But go forward just a little bit. That seat that is not being used 90% of the day, it folds down out of the way whenever somebody's not sitting there. Good, solid ideas to give you more fishing room.
Walking up to this boat today, I realized this is a hardcore fishing boat, but they didn't leave the family out of it, and that started off with all that bow seating. I was extremely comfortable, and that was due to the fact that these backrests were built into the bow area. They were not removable, which I prefer because it made me feel extremely safe and secure. There's also a removable table on this boat, which is great if you wanted to set up for lunch at the sandbar.
The hybrid fish and cruise line from Sea Chaser, and especially this 30-foot model, are going to enable a family to utilize the boat in a bunch of different ways. Not just fishing, but water sports like pulling people behind it on a tube or diving, just cruising around on the intracoastal. It's a multi-use boat for a family. Now, one of the things that stands out about this line is the amount of luxury features that the boat comes with as a standard option. These things are features that you're going to find on a boat that are typically a luxury upgrade. Among these features, you're going to find a powder-coated low-profile bow rail, 16 stainless gunnel-mounted rod holders, and 6 illuminated stainless steel cup holders. Now, it's not just small trim items. The boat also features an electric flush head in the console and an anchor windlass system, also standard equipment. The LED illuminated powder-coated T-top on this boat also comes loaded with an infinity Bluetooth audio system with 8 speakers.
Living in Florida, we all know the sun is brutal. And I really liked an oversized T-top, and this Sea Chaser 30cc had it. Keep me out of the sun. The seat in front of the console is always a stationary seat. This one actually folded down, so it's out of the way.
Let me tell you something else they did that I thought was really cool. The backrests up in the bow seating held tackle trays way out of the way, but they're available in case you want to change the type of fishing you're doing during the day. No room taken up, more tackle storage. Good idea. It was hard to find any place in this boat that you couldn't reach a tackle tray. They had them from bow to stern, strategically placed, out of the way, but there when you need them.
For a 30-foot boat, this boat felt like it was 40 feet. And I think it's because of the stern, the seating folded into the boat, which I love because it really opens up the platform. But what's great about it is you had 2 separate bench seating. So you don't have to fold the entire thing out. If you just have 1 or 2 people that want to relax, you can just fold one out.
This thing had a great live well in the rocket launcher, had another one on the transom. That means blue runners in one well and sardines in the other. Depending on what kind of fish you've got your sights on. A boat of this quality and this size would never miss having a side door, and they've got to find one. Makes it so much easier for people to step on and off the boat at the dock. And when you get a fish too big to lift over the gunnel, not a problem, slide him right on in. They've got an index fish box up front that I could lay down in and take a nap. When that big tuna or wahoo of a lifetime comes along, believe me, you've got room to keep him iced down.
This boat, armed with all the features that they're building into their standard version of it, sure makes the decision to buy a boat a lot easier and a lot less things to wonder about and worry about. This boat's ready to go the moment you pick it up.